Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Grandma Teresa's Story Time. Today I'll be reading Lassie and the Cub Scout by Florence Michelson, illustrated by Al Anderson. The forest ranger and Lassie were Danny's very special friends. He saw them often because he lived close to the national forest. Danny and Lassie played together nearly every day. Now Lassie greeted Danny with a friendly bark. "Mr. Stewart," said the Cub Master, "we are glad you came." The ranger smiled as he brushed snow from his jacket. He said, "I promised Danny I'd come tonight." Danny smiled proudly. Everyone was looking at him. "Mr. Stewart," said the Cub Master, "our Cub Scouts built birdhouses and feeders as their project this month. They would like you to see them." Corey Stewart looked at all the birdhouses and feeders. "You are very fine builders," he said. "I hope you put your feeders out at once, with plenty of food in them." Then the forest ranger told the Cub Scouts how hard it was for the birds to find food. "Many birds come north too early," he said. Then the weather got very cold. Now they are starving because they cannot dig for worms, hunt insects, or find seeds in the snow. Danny said, "I'm going to put my feeder out tomorrow morning." The other Cub Scouts shouted, "We will too." "Good," said Corey Stewart. "You will all be doing a very good deed." Do you have a bird feeder where you live? Early next morning, Danny fastened a piece of suet to his feeder and stuffed his pockets with crumbs, raisins, and birdseed. He held his feeder carefully in one hand and picked up a hammer and nails with the other. "We do have a feeder near the house," said his mother. "Oh, I'll put mine in the forest," said Danny, starting off. His mother called after him, "Now be careful, Danny." "What do you feed your birds in your bird feeder?" Lassie met Danny as he crossed the road. "More birds are in the forest," said Danny. "I'll put my feeder there in a tree." Lassie's bark sounded like "Yes, yes." Danny and Lassie walked a long time before they found just the right tree. The tree trunk was cold and slippery. It was hard to climb. But Danny climbed up to a fork in the bare tree. He nailed the feeder where it could be plainly seen. Then he emptied his pockets into the tray. That's nice of him to put that in the forest for the birds, isn't it? Something which was not food dropped from one pocket. It was his Cub Scout cap. Danny reached for it and missed. His feet began to slip on the icy bark. He grabbed at a nearby branch. It broke, and Danny fell. His head hit the bottom of the tree trunk. Danny lay with his eyes closed. He did not hear or see anything. He did not know Lassie barked. He did not know that she licked his face and whimpered. Lassie knew that Danny should not lie on the cold ground. She must get help. Lassie raced through the forest until she came to the ranger station. She barked wildly, but Corey Stewart was not there. Dick Wheeler, Corey's new helper, opened the door. "Come in, girl," he said. Lassie ran back and forth. With quick barks she tried to tell Dick, "Follow me." "I can't play with you," said Dick. "I have work to do." When Lassie barked again and moved farther away, Dick shut the door. Lassie knew Dick did not understand, so she dashed back to where Danny lay. Lassie licked Danny's cold face and huddled against him. Her furry body kept him warm. Above the dog and boy, many birds were eating from the feeder, but Danny did not know it. Lassie whispered as she huddled against Danny. Then she saw a dark thing in the snow. It was Danny's Cub Scout cap. Suddenly, Lassie knew what to do. She leaped up, picked up Danny's cap, and started back to the ranger station. She whined and pawed at the door until Dick opened it. Then she dropped Danny's cap at his feet. "Oh my gosh, Lassie," cried Dick as he picked up the cap. "Have you been trying to tell me that a boy is hurt or lost in the woods?" Lassie barked again and trotted away. She knew Dick would follow her this time. Later, Lassie watched Dick pick up Danny. Then she led the way to Danny's house. Danny's mother opened the door. "What happened?" she cried. "I think the boy fell from a tree," said Dick. Danny opened his eyes. "My head hurts," he said. "How did I get home?" "You might have been lying under that tree yet," said Dick, "if Lassie had not brought me your cap. She's a smart dog." Mrs. Glover patted Lassie. "Bless you, Lassie," she cried. "You saved Danny's life." Then Danny, who was on the couch, sat up and hugged Lassie. "Thank you, Lassie," he said. Now I have some information here about the Boy Scouts I would like to read to you. The Boy Scouts of America was founded on February 8, 1910, and the headquarters is in Irving, Texas. The Cub Scouts is part of the Boy Scouts. Cub Scouts are for boys kindergarten through 5th grade. February 1st, 2019, the Boy Scouts of America became known as Scouts BSA when the program opened to girls. And if you would like more information on scouting, whether it's Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts, or Boy Scouts, Eagle Scouts, you can find plenty of information at your local library. So be sure to check that out. My son was in the Cub Scouts when he was little. And I've also added a playlist under scouting that you can check, and you may become interested in scouting, who knows. So until next time, always remember, the more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Until next time, stay safe. Bye now.